suppose maybe a few of you have noticed that there's some kind of little bit of chaos going on in the world out there. And I just want to make a suggestion that maybe you just don't be part of that. It's very easy to withdraw from it. Don't watch it on TV. Don't watch this YouTube's coming in on the internet and everybody giving all these amazingly scary predictions of the chaos is going to happen after the election and how everything's going to fall apart. Personally, I think things are going to fall apart, but I think it's all for a really good reason. I think there's a lot of darkness that needs to get cleared up and cleared out, and I think that's kind of what's going on. So it's really a good thing because you can't clean up the darkness if you don't know it's there. So it's coming out, and we're noticing it's there finally, and we're all saying, no, we're not going to put up with that anymore, so it needs to go. And darkness, of course, is not going to go cooperatively, not to say like, okay, well, we'll just go ahead and check out. No, it's not going to happen. They're going to fight to the very absolutely. It's like they're fighting for their lives, what they really are. It's like a 2-year-old pitching a temper tantrum, and you can watch it happen, just laying around on the kitchen floor screaming and yelling. And as the mother, you can just kind of step right over the 2-year-old and let it continue until he or she is through screaming and yelling, and and then you can calm down, and then you can have a conversation. So that's what's going on. We're having 2-year-old temper tantrums going on from the ones who think they're about ready to get shut down, and they are. So it's really kind of an exciting time. And I remember when in the years past, I would make up stories about what's going on. Like say somebody in our family, I wouldn't see them for like say 3 weeks or something, and I'd make up all kinds of stuff that was going on at their house. And then they would come over for dinner, and everything was just fine. And I go, okay, no. So I'm making up things that I think is happening that isn't really. So quit imagining a gathering storm. Don't have that in your vision of what you expect to happen. Let's expect beauty and harmony and calmness and love and people actually finally getting together. Eventually, we're gonna get over all of this hate and this separation that we've got here. We're moving into a new level of frequency of humanity and of the world. We're gonna move past that. We just have to get through this time that we're in right now. So focus on what it is that you look around yourself and what do you like? I mean, look at your house. Do you like the flowers you have in your garden? You like your car's working just great. Yeah, you have a house, thank heavens. And even if you don't have a car, you have a way to get around to wherever you need to go. Remember, Jesus didn't have a car ever, and he got everywhere he needed to go. So you will get where you need to go. And so focus on the good stuff, of the things that are working. Make yourself a promise that you're going to not talk about anything that's not working. Try it just for one day. Let go of what's not working for one day without talking about it. And even though it may pop in your mind, you go, oh yeah, that's not good, but we're not going to say anything about it, and see how you feel at the end of that day. And then see if you can go through it the next day and try it again. And then if you can keep on doing that, they say in 21 days you can create a whole entire new connection in your brain. You have a completely new pathway to focus in, so you wouldn't even notice all these things that are not happening. For example, I've told a story about I had a neighbor next door that wouldn't take care of the yard. I mean, there was weeds over there, which is just unbelievable. And I called the city. It took 8 months to finally get him to do something about the yard. And yet I live one house away from the lake here in my little town. And when I would go down to walk, I could make the choice. Am I going to look at his yard and get all mad, or I'm going to look at the lake and see how pretty it is with all the ducks and the birds flying around and the green grass and people out walking their dogs? So I choose to focus on the lake and all the love and the joy that's going on in the small community that I live in, instead of that. And by the way, that eventually got solved where that person finally decided to go ahead and sell that house, and a new lady's moved in there, and she's just doing a wonderful job fixing it up. So if I would have been kept focusing on him not taking care of that yard and making the neighborhood look like a slum area, it would probably still be that way. So I finally just let go of it and said, this is the way it is. And I just focused on something else. And so that's just what my suggestion for you today is that focus on things that are working, and stop imagining the gathering storm, and see if that changes your life.